Hey! What's up, everybody? Oh, man. We got some things to discuss. The schedule came out today. We know exactly what we got coming. And free agency talk and Kirill Kaprizov is in some legal trouble. All that. Let's get into it right now. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Bruins coverage? Edited, Liam, Zohaib, and everybody in the chat. What is happening? Happy... What's today? Wednesday. Wow. Tomorrow night is round 1 of the NHL draft. Off the Wall will be live for that on his channel tomorrow night. Make sure to go check it out. I'm going to be in there tomorrow night as well. I'm going to be in his chat, and I might even join him. Who knows? We'll see. All I know is that it's going to be a fun next week. Round 1 of the NHL draft is tomorrow night, or night 1, whatever that means. And free agency starts next Wednesday, and I'm gonna be live for it on next Wednesday at 3 o'clock Eastern when free agency opens up. So should be fun, dude. Should be wicked fun. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got some NHL players that are in some legal trouble in Russia. We got freaking round 1 of the draft coming up tomorrow night. We got free agency to talk about. The schedule just came out. Let's talk about that. So first of all, welcome in. Glad to have you. And let's talk about it. Who do you got the Habs drafting? So the Habs have the number 1 pick. It's between Shane Wright or that, oh my God, what's his name? Oh my Lord. Wow, that's terrible. I think it's going to be Shane Wright, right? Hello to you, too. You know, I feel like for Montreal, Shane Wright is probably the best thing to come out of the draft, most likely. We think. So if he were to... I think it's between Shane Wright, the Slavkovsky kid, the Juraj Slavkovsky, and oh my God, what was his name? Logan Cooley? I think that was his name. I want to say, yeah, Shane Wright, Juraj Slavkovsky, and Logan Cooley. Any of the 3 could be the first overall pick. I would think it would be Shane Wright. He's the best prospect going into the draft. He's the best talent going into the draft, in my opinion. It just makes sense to go with Shane Wright. He wants to go to Montreal, and I feel like this Slavkovsky kid is a little cocky. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I saw a very interesting headline, and it pretty much said he's gonna make people pay for not picking him. Like, hello to you too. Like, excuse me? Like, well, let me see if I can find it. So, where was it? I follow a ton of hockey accounts on Instagram, so let me see if I can find it. But what it said was insane, dude. Let me see if I can find it in my liked posts. See if I can find it somewhere. Where was it? Oh, was it deleted? That sucks. It got deleted. That's so shitty. That sucks. Anyway, but the point was he made a comment saying that, you know, he's gonna make people pay for not picking him. And I'm like, okay, you're like 18. You're literally my age. Shut up. Like, you have no idea. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. All right. Anyway, so I think the Canadians will take Shane Wright as the first overall pick in this year's draft, and I don't see any other, especially the Slavkovsky kid who thinks he's better than everybody else. This cocky guy, all right? That's what I think. Anyway, the NHL schedule got released today. They released it today, and I'm pretty excited because there was a certain date that came up that kind of shocked me in a way. What's up, Cooper? What's up, bro? And welcome in. It was a date that kind of shocked me. For the first time in a long time, the Winter Classic is not going to be on New Year's Day. It's going to be on January 2nd, the day after, because January 1st is a Sunday and they don't want to compete with the NFL. I don't know. What's up, Nick? What's up, Josh? What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. How's everybody doing here? So let me show you. I think we're all Bruins fans in here. Let's look at the Bruins schedule, shall we? Let's take a look at this, because I feel as though we should run through it together. So I have it screenshotted, as you can clearly see, and I am going to pull this up right here. So I'm going to leave chat open. So I can see chat. But over here, this is a month-by-month schedule. So it goes from left to right across your screens. It goes October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Okay, so let's discuss this. So opening night, we'll zoom in. Opening night is Wednesday, October 12th. The Bruins will be playing the Washington Capitals from the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. I'd assume that this game would be on TNT or ESPN. I'm pretty much TNT. It's a Wednesday night. I'm assuming it's Bruins-Capitals, big rivalry. It's going to be on TNT, I'm sure. It wouldn't shock me if it wasn't, if it was on TNT. The home opener is on Saturday, October 15th, as the Bruins will be playing host to the Arizona Coyotes. Now, Arizona, they look as bad as they've ever been. That shouldn't be much of an issue. And Arizona plays their home opener October 26th in the ASU facility. That's depressing. And then the rest of October, only one game, or maybe two, concerns me besides for the entire month, and that's Florida here and Minnesota here. Ottawa doesn't concern me. Anaheim doesn't concern me. Dallas, Detroit, and Columbus does not concern me either. No. Now, this is where it gets fun. As we go over to November, again, men, remember, left to right. November is where it gets interesting. Look at this road trip. Pittsburgh, Rangers, Maple Leafs. That is a brutal road trip in November to start the month. Pittsburgh, Rangers, Toronto. That is not going to be fun. I will tell you that right now. The Bruins maybe take one out of that. 1, 2, if we get lucky and force overtime and win there. I don't know. That is a brutal road trip. Now, St. Louis I'm not really concerned about, because St. Louis they're not going to be able to pay half the people that are UFAs this year. So, definitely wouldn't be concerned about St. Louis. Calgary I'm not really concerned with either. Buffalo, that's an iffy one. Depends on what Buffalo does this offseason, because Buffalo showed a lot. What's up, NHL for Life? Buffalo showed a lot of heart and a lot of positive. They showed a lot of potential for the future after they traded Eichel this season. After Eichel came back, they played better without Eichel, which is weird. So interesting to see how they go. Vancouver's an interesting one. Another same case with Buffalo. They looked better at the end of the season, but they're not. I don't think they're quite there yet. So I don't think that should be interesting now. Philadelphia and Chicago, I'm not worried about either of those teams. Both of them suck. They're not going to be any good next year. I'll tell you that right now. No offense, I'm just saying it the way it is. Now, final 4 games. Actually, you know what? The next 7 games from the 21st of November to the 7th of December looks brutal. Tampa on the road, Florida on the road, Carolina at home, Tampa at home, Colorado at home, Vegas at home, Colorado on the road. I doubt we win one of those games, especially without Marchand or McAvoy, who's going to be out till December. Wow. That is a big FU to us from the league, huh? That's a brutal schedule. Tampa, Florida, Carolina, Tampa. We play Tampa twice in 8 days. We play Colorado twice in 5 days. 5 days. And then we play Vegas again on December 11th. So 2 games in 6 days against Vegas. What the hell? What is this? What is this? There is only one easy game, and that is against the Arizona Coyotes on Friday, December 9th. What is this? That is an awful schedule, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to sit here and BS you guys and say, oh, we'll be fine. No, that is an awful schedule right there. No, that's terrible. That can cost us a lot of games. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, Carolina, I don't know if they're going to be able to pay all the people they need to. Trocheck's not going back to Carolina. I heard the Bruins are interested in him. That'll be interesting. What? What is this? Okay. Islanders? Fine. We look September. There is no hockey in September. No. Preseason doesn't count. I don't count preseason. Kings, Columbus, Florida again, dude. What in the world? Florida again. December 19th. And then we play Winnipeg and training camp. Yeah, but that doesn't... There's no schedule for training camp. It's whenever the camp opens. Winnipeg in December and New Jersey at back-to-back. Then we go through Christmas. Ottawa. We play New Jersey in New Jersey twice in 5 days. What the hell is up with this schedule? I never really looked into this. So, Ottawa and New Jersey back-to-back. That's a brutal travel. Huh. Ottawa to Newark. Interesting. And then home for Buffalo. And then we play the Winter Classic in Boston at Fenway Park on Monday, January 2nd at 2 p.m. at Fenway. And then after that, we go to the West Coast, LA, San Jose, and Anaheim. What in the world am I looking at here? And then there's a couple days off, and then we come home for Seattle and Toronto, and then Philadelphia. Ha! Oh, brother. Oh, my God. This schedule sucks. I didn't think it looked too bad based off spacing, but who they're playing is terrible. And then they have a back-to-back against both New York teams, Islanders and then Rangers. And then the Sharks at home. And then again, Montreal, fine. And then Tampa, Florida, Carolina on the road. Really? Really? Oh, and then Toronto here. Really? And then I'm assuming this is the What is this? Oh, what's up with this long pause? This is the All-Star break? I'm thinking this is the All-Star break. I'm thinking, right? Why is there a long pause in between here? All-Star break, right? That would make the most sense. Capitals, okay. Dallas and Nashville, okay. Islanders, okay. This is probably the easiest month the Bruins will have all season besides Toronto. Every single game besides Toronto is absolutely 100% winnable. Toronto's iffy. Capitals, Dallas, Nashville, Islanders, Ottawa, Seattle, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary. The easiest month of the entire year. He gonna have the worst record. I'm looking at this schedule. I think we're looking at the team right now. This schedule looks brutal. We'll go into March. Okay, March is interesting, right? It's iffy. Buffalo, Rangers. 4 days off for some reason. Edmonton, Detroit. Okay. Detroit again. It's a home and home with Detroit. Chicago, Winnipeg, Minnesota, Buffalo. Ottawa, Montreal, Tampa at home. Fine. Carolina on the road. Oh my God. Again. Nashville, Columbus at home. Then we go to Pittsburgh, St. Louis back-to-back, Toronto, New Jersey at home, Philadelphia, Washington, Montreal. We end the season against Montreal. Interesting. So I'm like, this schedule looks so brutal now that I look at it. Because I look into it deeply and like I actually say it out loud. This is not a good schedule. But hey, at least we're not having games like spaced out 3 and 5. I mean, 3 to 5 days in between games. You know what I mean? No way in hell Boston's the worst record. I'm thinking Chicago is the worst record. Well, Chicago's always going to have the worst record. But Boston does not have a good schedule. They have to string a lot of wins together. And it's going to be hard. Because this little stretch right here, 7 straight losses, that could possibility. A possibility of 7 straight losses. Because every single team in this, Tampa, Florida, Carolina, Colorado, and Vegas are easily better than us. Easily. Like, what am I doing here? Well, what are we doing? Won the cup. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Colorado won the cup, so they're better than us. And then Vegas is good. You know, I mean, we took 3 of 4 from Colorado last year, but like 3 or 4 points from Colorado, but still, that's brutal. Hell, the Winter Classic's not winnable. You're playing Pittsburgh. That's a tough game anyway. Ugh, give me a break. I want to go to the Winter Classic so bad. I might go. I want to go. I'm going to see if anybody wants to go with me. I want to go to the Winter Classic. If I don't go, I'll definitely stream it because I'm going to be home. Because my school schedule, so I'm home from here to here. From December 11th to January 11th, I'm home. I'm home. So all of these games, right? All of these ones, I will be home for. So from the Vegas game, right, through, I want to say Anaheim, I'll be home for. Yeah. And so and then through Anaheim, I'll be home. So I'll be able to stream it for sure. All those games. I'll be back. And then, when's my spring break? I have a week somewhere. Dean, where's my schedule? Like, where's my actual calendar? Like, when do I come home? Spring break is sometime. March 3rd through March 12th. So I have only 4 games to stream on my spring break. Or 3, actually. Bruins games. If I were just to do Bruins games. This one, and this one. How does the Winter Classic work? How do you choose the teams for the Winter Classic? It's a bid. I think somebody bids on it. Boston always bids on the Winter Classic every year. I think it's like a bid or something. And then I come home anytime between May 1st and May 4th. So I could be back for the second half of the playoffs next year, next summer. I get out May 4th. NHL season ends April 13th. Playoffs begin April 16th. So I come home. So May 1st through May 4th is anytime finals could be. My last final, I must vacate my room 3 hours after my last final. So I could be home during the middle of the second round, maybe. I don't know. I think. I don't know. So, you know. And plus, I'm not going to be streaming from college, obviously. That's ridiculous. But I will, if a huge thing happens, as you saw, I streamed on my phone, which I can stream on my phone. I'll show you how. I'll show you right now how I did it. Go live on my phone. Hi, there's us. So I can go live with a couple clicks of a button, and there you go. But still, Like, I don't know. So my schedule is rough, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, this schedule is not pretty at all. I don't like. Yikes. Yikes. Hmm. Not a pretty one at all. Ah, man. Can you show us how to download Photopea? Oh, we got a couple of people asking me how I use Photopea for like how I like do my thumbnails. I'll show you. It's actually quite easy. It's quite easy. So how I do my thumbnails is quite simple. So Photopea is a website. Photopea.com. New project. Name it whatever you want. Okay. And then I can just throw an image in. I'll throw the Bruins schedule in there. You can see it's here, right? I will make this bigger so you can see it. And then I will zoom in a little bit. So how I do it, you go to File over here. You go to Export As. There's an option to export as over here. You hit PNG. That's a transparent image. Don't do that. That's how I make my scoreboard. JPEG is JPG or JPEG. That's the basic image. SVG. Don't do that. GIF or PDF. That's like a PDF's like a printable file. GIF is like a looping thing. So JPEG. Bruins. Sked. Dot. And it saves. It goes directly into my downloads so that I'll just leave the site. That's fine. You guys can't see my screen at all. You guys had no idea what I just did. Oh my god. I'll do it again. Can I see my... Okay. You guys have no idea what I just did. Okay. Well, I'll do it again. Throw it in. File. Export as JPEG. It should give you the option to JPEG. It should give you the option to export as. You go to File, up here, New, Open, Open in Place, Open More, Publish Online. Don't do that. Save as PSD. Don't do that. Save More. Don't. If you want to export it straight to your computer, export as PNG or JPEG. PNG is a transparent image. That's how I make my scoreboard. JPEG. That's how you get like a thumbnail. So you do that, and then you hit save. Right here. So that's how you do it. That's how you use Photopea. Those who are wondering. Well. Here's some other news we need to know about. So, October 7th will be the first day of NHL regular season hockey as the Sharks will be playing the Predators in Prague, Czech Republic. They're going to Prague. Sharks and Predators, October 7th. You go to College Elstrom all the games. Oh, will you? Oh. Okay, go for it, I guess. I can't stop you, so. All right. I will be like posting stuff about it. So like, I may like on a weekend or something, like go live and talk about it. I don't know, like and talk about stuff or catch up or I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll see. The first day of North American regular season hockey will be on October 11th. It'll be the Rangers and the Lightning, and then the Kings and the Knights on October 11th. Then we play the 12th. Arizona State will be hosting its first NHL game. Arizona Coyotes will be having their home opener October 28th against the Winnipeg Jets. That's depressing. Yeah. According to Frank Cervelli, John Klingberg will hit the open market. So John Klingberg is not going to re-sign in Dallas. He is going to free agency, which is not a surprise whatsoever. Not a surprise at all. Ironic how the OG Jets are playing the new Jets are playing at the US ASU arena. That's horrible English. Yeah. OG Jets are playing the new Jets at the ASU arena. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but John Klingberg not returning to Dallas, according to Frank Siravelli. Apparently, Dallas and Klingberg won't come to an agreement, so they're not going to continue. He's going to want a lot of money. I suspect Seattle would be interested in Klingberg. I feel like they need a right-handed shot on defense, like a somebody of his magnitude. The Devils released their 40-year anniversary logo, and it looks pretty cool if you ask me. Here it is. There is a Devils logo. It looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Yeah. What a random place. The Coyotes and Golden Knights will play a preseason game in Boise, Idaho on October 8th. Who in the world in Boise, Idaho likes hockey? I know they have the Idaho Steelheads, which is like a junior team, but like, really? An NHL preseason game in Boise, Idaho? What in the world's going on with that? That is from Coyotes PR, which is, I don't know what that means, but that's brutal. Ow, I just stubbed my toe. Boise, Idaho, though. Like, what? What's up with that, dude? Huh? The Blue Jackets have re-signed Adam Boqvist to a 3-year deal worth $2.6 million per season, according to Brian Hedger, who's a local reporter in Columbus. 3-year deal, $2.6 for Adam Boqvist, who was one of their top defensemen last season. He played good for them, so it's a smart investment to go after one of their top guys, re-sign them. So Adam Boqvist is staying in Columbus. Devils general manager Tom Fitzgerald tells media that they never had Jesper Bratt on the trading block. The team has made him a contract offer that shows their commitment to him. We want Jesper to be a Devil for a long time. What does everyone think should happen with Fleury? I don't know, dude. I don't know what to think about Fleury, because, like, he's currently in Minnesota. He doesn't want to go back to Pittsburgh, right? He said that. Where does he go? Does he stay in Minnesota? Does he go to, like, Toronto could use him, because I don't think Jack Campbell or Peter Mrazek will be back next year. They could use a goaltender. Because if it's not Fleury, their starting goaltender is Eric Shelgren. Yeah, that's brutal. You want Fleury. Oilers? No, it depends on what Mike Smith does, because Mikko Koskinen's going back to Russia, from what I've heard. I don't know why you'd want to go back there. We'll get into that in a minute. And then frickin' Mike Smith, he's like 41. He might retire. I don't know. Depends on what Mike Smith does for Edmonton. But I say Toronto, because they need a goaltender. I hate to say it, but they're going to need one, because Jack Campbell's not going to come back next year. Peter Mrazek, I doubt he'll come back next year, because his contract, they're going to buy him out, I'm sure. Oh, man. Or they're going to trade him. I don't know what to... No. Yikes. Now, I hate to get, like, that. I don't know. Apparently, wild forward and star Kirill Kaprizov is wanted in Russia after being linked to fraudulent military ID. Lord Jesus. A lot of these players have these fraudulent military IDs, apparently. And Ivan Fedotov, who's a Flyers prospect, was arrested for purchasing a falsified military ID. He will play for a naval-based team next year. I don't know, dude. Lou Lamoriello says he has no concerns over the safety of Ilya Sorokin from returning to U.S. from Russia. What in the world is going on here? Like, come on. Apparently, Kaprizov is not in the United States. He tried to flee Russia and get to the U.S. Apparently, he's not in the United States. Russo had also mentioned it is a complicated situation that he is working to see if there's merit. Michael Russo has reported that one. I don't know what is up with that. Scary, scary stuff, dude. What's happening? What about Idaho? Idaho's hosting an NHL game, preseason game, Arizona and Vegas in October. I don't know why. And then, yeah, so players are being, are wanted in Russia for fraudulent military IDs. God. Toronto Maple Leafs have promoted Haley Wickenheiser to assistant GM. So I think she is the first woman in NHL history to be an assistant GM or be a part of a top member of the front office. So she'll be joining Ryan Hardy and Darryl Metcalf. Idaho is hosting a non-Steelheads game. Yeah, I know, right? Brian McKellen has reported that Nicholas Backstrom intends on playing at some point in the 2023 season. We'll get into Marchment in a second. We'll get into that in a minute. But Nicholas Backstrom, he had a surgery that nobody's ever come back from in the NHL. He wants to play. Ryan Kessler never returned from that surgery that he's getting. I think it's a hip surgery of some sort. You can't come back from this. So, well, it'll be interesting to see how that goes, I guess, right? Former scout of the San Jose Sharks and father to free agent Mason Marchment, Brian Marchment, has passed away. Let me see if I can find the official headline here. Yeah, he's an NHL alumni, and current Shark scout Brian Marchment has passed away at the age of 53 years old. He played 926 games in the NHL. He played with Winnipeg, Chicago, Hartford, Edmonton, Tampa, San Jose, Colorado, Toronto, and Calgary. He was the father of Mason Marchment, 53 years old. He passed away apparently this morning. Sucks to hear that. You hate to hear stuff like that, so obviously sending my wishes and prayers and to Mason and his family and everybody who was affected by that. That sucks, obviously, to hear. You don't ever want to hear that, especially somebody who played almost 1,000 games in the NHL. Sucks to hear. Yeah, so it sucks. This couldn't have happened at the worst time for Mason because he's looking to find out where he's going to play next season. And he just lost his dad. He's a free agent. He's wanted. Apparently, the Bruins were interested in him too. A lot of teams were. And then his dad passes. So it should be interesting. Interesting to see if he even plays next season. That screws you up. You know. Tarasenko still wants to trade. Blues have interest in possible Krug trade. Interesting. Well, Torrey Krug. Let's talk about Torrey Krug for a second. So, we all remember Torrey Krug. If you're a Bruins fan, you all remember him. So Torrey Krug, said this getting an ovation in his return to Boston. He said, "I love these fans and I love playing in front of them, so it meant a lot to me." He said that Blues Blues GM Doug Armstrong is apparently looking for a trade involving Torrey Krug. Now, me and Bruins coverage spoke about this earlier when he sent me the Instagram post saying that he was shopping for a trade. So, let's talk about this. So, Torrey Krug, both of us think that the Bruins could try to get Torrey Krug back. Now, cap space is absolutely brutal. We'd have to probably go into LTIR to probably even consider having a remotely good salary cap for the start of the season if the Bruins wanted to bring in Torrey Krug. Apparently, a lot of teams are interested in Torrey Krug, rightfully so. I do think that Don Sweeney would definitely be interested. I don't even think he's that stupid to bring back Torrey Krug. I definitely at least look into it. I put a package together. So it would be Grzelcyk. His time's up. It's time to go. Riley, just because we have too many lefties. Foligno, we'll keep half his salary if we need to. And a second round pick in 2023 could get the job done to get Krug here. It frees up a little bit of cap space to get Krug in, and we'd be left with about, I believe, like $1 million more in cap space if we were to do that right. So Grzelcyk, Riley, Foligno, and a second for Krug. It would free up about $1 million in cap space, $1 million or $2 million, depending on if my math's right. So, and then you could use that to splash and get more. I've heard the Bruins are interested in so many people, I forget half of them. I know Trocheck. I know Krejci might be coming back. I know freaking Marchment was one. Mason Marchment was one that people were interested in. Oh, God. There was so many more that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. The Bruins wanted to bring back Chychrun for the 70th time. We're looking into Chychrun. I said absolutely not. That's way too much. No way. The Bruins are linked to Connor Garland from Vancouver. I've been saying this for years. Bring Garland in. I think he could really be an interesting asset to this team. That would be fun. I think Nazem Kadri, no, way too much money. I don't know if you've heard this. Nazem Kadri is being linked to the Bruins. That is way too much money that we simply could not afford right now. Nope. Burakovsky, that could be fun. That could be very fun. Burakovsky, third line, elite scoring. That's what we need. We need elite scoring in the middle, who could start on the top when Marchand's out to start the season. If you're bringing Burakovsky, Bergeron, DeBrusk, that could be a dangerous line because Burakovsky's elite. DeBrusk rescinded his trade request. DeBrusk is staying. He's going to stay here. So, I was going to talk about that. It kind of just came up casually. So DeBrusk is staying. He rescinded his trade request, which makes me think that Bruce Cassidy was the reason he wanted to trade in the first place. But you got Burakovsky, Bergeron, and DeBrusk on the top line. That sounds scary, right? Because I don't think Pastrnak goes back up to the first line. I think their connection with Hall is going to stay. So Burakovsky, Bergeron, DeBrusk, top line. That sounds really interesting. I'm inclined on that one. And of course, the Bruins are interested in Adam Henrique from Anaheim. Why? We don't need another seasoned veteran. I think we need to go a little younger. No offense to Henrique. I think he's a good player, but I don't think it's right to bring him in at this time. He's been in the league for how long? I remember when he scored that goal 10 years ago to move on to the conference final, or to the Stanley Cup final, that game-winning goal. Man, I don't know. Henrique's a weird one. I like Henrique's gameplay. I think he's a little too... I think we need to go a little younger. I do think so. Mid-20s is the average I think we should hit. The Bruins did make a couple of signings yesterday. The Bruins did a couple of extensions. They signed both Kyle Keyser and Nick Wolf, minor leaguers. Kyle Keyser was their goaltender in the minors, and Nick Wolf is a defenseman in the minors who I saw a little bit of last season. To 1 year, $750,000 extensions. They'll be back in Providence next season. Smart, makes sense. Keezer's a good asset to have. Nick Wolf has some potential in this league. I saw a little bit of some of his highlights. He looks like a good defenseman who could be here later on, like 4 or 5 years down the line if he stays. Really good defenseman in this league for sure. So here's some other ones. Trocheck, Chychrun, and Bertuzzi. Tyler Bertuzzi from Detroit. The Bruins are among teams interested in Tyler Bertuzzi. I hate to be this guy. I hate to be this person. I don't want to be this person about Bertuzzi. We already have one team who's in trouble with players playing in Canada, with players not being able to play in Canada. We don't need another one in New England. I'm just pointing it out. He can't play in Canada. I think we all know why. It's a risk. I wouldn't want to do it. If you need a little assistance, enough said. I don't need to say any more. Don't need to say any more. Man. You know, I actually didn't publicly talk about this. The fact that the Bruins actually signed a coach. Jim Montgomery is the Bruins head coach now. All right. And I remember saying the minute Bruce Cassidy got fired, when I was live here on this very YouTube channel, my computer was in this exact position. I remember saying, Jim Montgomery is the guy to go after. I said it. People can back me up on this. I said this. I said this on my Instagram. I said this on here. Jim Montgomery is the guy to go after. You want to know why? This is a good coach. He has some experience. What's up, Mood Dude? Thank you for the sub, Mood Dude. Mood Dude. Anyway, yeah. So, Jim Montgomery, Bruins' next head coach. I like it. Has some experience to take teams deep into playoffs. Had some experience with Dallas in 2019, taking them to the second round of the playoffs. We also had he also took Denver University to the Final Four on a couple occasions. Like, he has some experience. He has a championship mentality, which I think Bruce Cassidy was lacking. I will tell you that right now. I think Bruce Cassidy was lacking a championship mentality. I will tell you that now. I also don't think we should have fired him in the first place, but this is the best with what we had. Jim Montgomery, the next head coach of the Bruins. For sure. Go for Trocheck or Malkin. No. Malkin, no way. No. He's going to want way too much money, and we're already in cap trouble. We don't need Malkin. Malkin would be great to have. Don't get me wrong. Malkin would easily be top line. Easily. But we can't afford him. Too pricey. Trocheck, I'm open to. If Krejci does not come back next year, which I think he does. I've heard that he will. If Krejci comes back next year, Trocheck would have to be a right wing, which would be fine if you look at it, because you could kind of shuffle it around. Because if I'm thinking about it, because the top line would be Bergeron, Marchand, DeBrusk, right? That would be the top line next year if everybody was healthy. If we were to shuffle the lines around a bit, you could put Bergeron, you could reunite the songs, the quote-unquote perfection line, Bergie, Marchand, Pasternak. You could also put Krejci, Hall, Trocheck. That's not a terrible line if the Bruins were to pull that off right? And then whatever you throw together in the bottom six is fine. Coyle, whoever, and Smith. I don't think Frederick will be the third line next year. Coyle, whoever the left wing is, and Smith. Oh no, I'm sorry. I shuffled DeBrusk down. Coyle, DeBrusk, Smith, and the fourth line could be a mix of Holland, Nosek, Foligno, or Foligno, or whoever. I don't know. Frickin' Wagner. Bring Wagner back, Sweeney and Montgomery. Bring Wagner up from the minors. Nosek, Holla, Wagner. That sounds like a dominant fourth line. Malkin's worth it, though. No, he's not. No. He's not worth $7 million we already can't pay because we already have less than $3 million in cap space. No. Would you want the Bruins to trade Bergeron on the deadline if they were doing bad? No. No. And I also don't think Malkin's overrated either. Edit. I'm gonna disagree. I don't think Malkin's overrated either. I just think we simply can't afford him. Sorry, I don't think we can afford Malkin. Apparently, the Penguins are actually close to getting an extension for Letang or a new contract for Letang, I guess. So I think that means they're moving on with Malkin. So I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't think trading Bergeron would be the right option. I think you keep Bergeron until he retires, however long that is. He is a legend here. I want him here. Bergeron stays in Boston until he retires, whenever that is. He is one of those guys. He is going to go down as one of the best Bruins ever. That is indisputable. Indisputable. I will not sit here and say Bergeron's not one of the best Bruins ever. I won't take that. Because he is. Trade Pastrnak for a 7th rounder and then flip the 7th for McDavid. Oh, nice one. That's a good joke. That's a funny joke. B's defense need to fix at the bottom, IMO. I agree. I think the Bruins need to go after a right-handed shot on the third D pair. Because McAvoy will be back. We'll deal with the defense when the time comes. Right? We'll deal with it. I don't think the Bruins re-sign Clifton. I know it's a UFA. I don't think he comes back. So, I'd be shocked if he did after his performances last season. So if Clifton doesn't come back, this has turned into a Bruins talk. If you're not a Bruins fan, I suggest leaving. This is where all Bruins fans come together. If Clifton doesn't come back next year, which I don't think he will, I think he'll do fine elsewhere. McAvoy would be the top one when he comes back from injury. Carlo, and then who else? Josh Brown, I don't give two craps about. Bye. Go away. Okay, that was just to get rid of Senyshyn. I don't really like anything that he did. I didn't see any of them, but I still didn't like it. So, McAvoy, Carlo, and then somebody else. I've thrown out the idea of Justin Schultz from Washington. I threw out that idea weeks ago. Weeks ago, I threw that out. And that would be fine. Because you could put, so if you were to do Lindholm, let's say Torrey Krug were to come to Boston, right? It would be Lindholm, Krug, and Forbort on the left side. The right side would be McAvoy, Carlo, and Schultz. Or Matt Klingberg's UFA yet. Yeah, because he's going to want $8 million. Yeah. McAvoy, Carlo, and Schultz. Right? That's an interesting one, right? It's definitely an interesting take to go after if you're a team like the Bruins. Like, let's take a look at the Bruins, right? Let's take a look and see who are UFAs right now. Well, that's depressing. Let's take a look here. Bleed and Lazar. Bergeron pretty much is re-signed. We just got to announce it and figure out the details. Bleed and Lazar will not come back next year. On defense, okay, Clifton has one more year on his deal. Fine. So I guess keep Clifton for another year, or put him on the bench, or put him on upstairs for a year, pay him the $1 million, or buy him out. I don't care what you do. It's $1 million. It's not going to hurt. Baker Mayfield got traded. This is an NHL stream. Yes, I know he got traded to Carolina for a conditional 5th and 24. I understand that, but that's not what we're talking about right now. I know it's a big deal. Baker Mayfield finally got a job in Carolina. Wonder how it's going to be with him and Cam Newton. I don't know. But I understand that. But we're not talking about that right now. Josh Brown's the only defenseman who's a UFA. Bye-bye. Bye. I didn't see much of him. I know he'll probably get a job somewhere. It's a need somewhere. He brought size. I didn't see enough of him, though. I didn't see enough of him to say, hey, this guy should be somebody we should bring back. Just never saw it. Clifton, another year. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, hell, if we have Zaboral. We could do 2 lefties on the third D pair if we don't get a right-handed shot in defense, and Clifton's terrible. Like, we could go Zaboral Clifton or Zaboral and Forbert. I don't know. Bring Jan Ruda if he doesn't resign. That'd be a cheap option. But where'd you put him though? Because Jan Ruda's not a third line defenseman now. We've known this. He'd be in the middle. If the Bruins, hypothetically speaking, if the Bruins were to get Torrey Krug, which I don't think they will, I would love it, but I don't. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. If the Bruins were to get Torrey Krug from St. Louis, which is available, he's available. Where'd you put him? Because you want to keep Krug and Carlo together, right? That's a duo we've known for years before he left. That was solid. Where'd you put Krug? I mean, where would you put Ruda? Would you put him with Forbert? Forbert and Ruda sounds fun, but that would be... I don't know. Ugh. It's weird. It's weird looking at this like this. Right? Swayman, we better get a Swayman extension done for him because he's getting $925 next year and then he's an RFA. We better get something done for him quick. Extend him. Okay? We're going to have a lot of UFAs next year. Oh my God. Look at this. Well, actually, just don't come back. Him, Craig Smith, I hope he comes back. Holla, Nosek, Wagner. Resign all 3 of those. All of them. Nosek's the one I'm iffy about, but Nosek, I don't mind. Look at all these UFAs right here. Foligno, bye-bye. Smith, if he wants to come back, bring him back. Eric Holla, bring him back. I like Holla. Let's keep it that way, right? Let's keep Holla. I like him. Yeah. Nosek, I like him. I think he could be better. I definitely don't hate him for sure. Wagner, definitely bring him back. Do you realistically see Pastrnak get traded? No. I don't see a logical reason ever. He's your top guy. Why would you trade him? Speaking of that, Pastrnak and Don Sweeney, and Pastrnak's agent, J.P. Barry, and Don Sweeney are going... Don Sweeney is going to Montreal to go talk with Pastrnak's agent, J.P. Barry, about a contract extension. So, yeah. Next 2 days, going to be Pastrnak contract extension talks. So they want it out, right? No. He never said that. That was just a rumor because of Cassidy getting fired. The people, it was just like, everybody was like, so mad. Now, Sweeney's going up to go talk to Pastrnak's agent about a contract extension. I'm interested. I would love to know. I would love to get a Pastrnak contract extension done. Would love to. People are saying 8 years, $9 million. Bring it. Bring it. Absolutely. I'm willing to pay him $9 million over the next 8 seasons. He's going to provide for the next 8 years. He's 26 now. That contract would kick in when he's 27, 28. That would go through the length of his career. He'd be 36 by the end of it. 36, 37 by the end of that contract. Go for it. Go for it. Pay the man what he wants. I am inclined to pay Pastrnak $9 million over the next 8 years. I am absolutely inclined to do that. He's a guy you can't lose. If he wants cheaper, go cheaper, but pay the man. If he's willing to take a cut, if he's willing to keep making the same money, then I guess go for it. But if he wants a little higher, pay the man. That's your top guy. That's your star. That is your future. He's 26 years old. Pay that guy. Don't get rid of a star. You have a crystal, you have a diamond in the palm of your hand, like this. Pastrnak, diamond. Don't throw it away. Do not throw it away. Same with Devers. Devers for the Red Sox is a guy you need to re-sign. Chaim Bloom, get on it. Pay the man $100 million. I don't care what he wants. Pay the guy. Pay the guy. Pay him. This guy, the guy deserves it. He's raking right now. He's going. How many home runs does he have right now? He's one of the best hitters in baseball right now. What is his stats right now? Devers has 17 home runs already. That's pretty solid. He's batting .327. 327. Bogarts. Pay him if he wants to come back. Bring him back. Bogarts, there are some thoughts that maybe he doesn't want to come back. I'm not sure. We'll see. Definitely get Devers first. But I don't even know, but I really want Nick Waugh on the team. That'll be fun. Vegas, Nick Waugh? Ooh. Nick Waugh. Just so you can say Waugh. Is that why? That'll be an interesting one. I like Nick Waugh. I think he's a good player. I remember being live on the channel when he scored that game winner against Montreal in the conference final a couple years ago. Or, no, last year. Right around this time last year, too. Oh, man. But, yeah. Next week, next Wednesday, I'm going to be live for free agency, by the way. NHL free agency opens up, I think it's at 3 o'clock on next Wednesday. I'm going to be live for it. Be here. Be here. Where we talk about it all. All of it. Not just the Bruins. Everybody getting signed. We'll talk about it. NHL free agency 2022 date. So that's next Wednesday at noon. It's at noon. So we're going to be live all afternoon on Wednesday, July 13th. So noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be live for it. We'll be live all afternoon until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to be live all day. Live here. We talk about it all. We have some fun things to do while we're waiting for signings to come in. It's going to be fun, dude. Be here. Chill. Come chill with us. Let's talk about some signings that happen, that go down, because I know there's going to be a lot. So come chill with us next Wednesday, noon Eastern. You doing the draft? I am not doing the draft. Off the Wall Hockey is doing the draft, though, tomorrow night. Round 1, Thursday, 7 o'clock, over on his channel. Go check it out. I am not doing the draft. I'll be probably in his chat, so... That's for sure. I will be in his chat, but I will not be doing the draft myself. No, I can't look at that. All right, free agents. Let's take a look. Who's a free agent? Let's take a look at the top free agents. If you're on TV, look for me on TV. I'm gonna be on his channel. I'm gonna be in his chat tomorrow night. Definitely go check him out tomorrow night for round 1 of the draft. He's hyping it up big, so it should be fun. Okay. Let's predict where people end up. Let's predict it. Let's talk about it. Let's go through this list. There's 50 here. Let's go through everybody and see where people will end up. And I'm going to ask the chat. Evgeny Malkin. Where do you think Malkin ends up next year? I'm telling you, I don't think he goes back to Pittsburgh. You know what team that could really use somebody like Malkin? Seattle. That could be a really interesting one. Seattle could be really interesting if they get Malkin. Right? Because he's 35. He brings some they need some more veterans there. Malkin could easily help that team a lot. Production-wise, I think he will resign. Well, no. Letang is getting a contract done. I don't think he goes to Pittsburgh. I don't think he stays in Pittsburgh, but well, you think he resigns in Pittsburgh? I think he's going to Seattle. I think he is. Although I wouldn't be a bad thing if he stayed in Pittsburgh. I just think he's going to Seattle. I don't think he stays in Pittsburgh. What do you guys think, chat? Where's Malkin ended up? Pittsburgh didn't want Letang anymore. No, they're close to a deal. I just saw it. It's a little bit ago. They're close to a deal. I think they're going to stick with Letang and move on from Malkin. Well, that comes in. PK Subban. Where's he going to end up? He's in New Jersey now. I think he stays in New Jersey. I think he does. I think they're going to get something done. I think Subban can really be a top player for that team. I think he needs to stay in Pittsburgh, in New Jersey. Help develop the next generation of Devils. I think he stays in New Jersey. I don't see him going anywhere. Maybe Nashville, if they want to bring him back. Maybe. Yeah. You agree? Subban stays? Now, Claude Giroux. Claude Giroux. Where's Claude Giroux going to end up? He's currently on Florida. I don't think he stays in Florida. I don't think he does. And I don't think he's going back to Philly. I think he's going to another team. A team that could really use somebody like Giroux. I've seen a lot of people saying this, and I agree. Giroux goes back to his hometown team. I think he's going to play for the Ottawa Senators next year. I don't know why you do that to yourself, but I feel like he needs to go home, go play with his old folk, go play with his hometown team. I don't see that being a problem. They can afford him for sure. They can definitely afford Giroux. I can see him going back to Ottawa. Imagine having Giroux on your team with guys like Tkachuk and Formenton and Stützle, just having that guy, that veteran to look up to. I could absolutely see him going to Ottawa. Absolutely. So the Ottawa stuff. I just think he goes to Ottawa. That would not shock me one bit if he does. I don't think he re-signs in Florida. Giroux and Stützle. Wow. Some of him and Brady Tkachuk. Right? They could use a veteran around there because they're a very young team. I think their oldest player last year was Derek Stepan. Yeah. So I think they need to get some more veterans there for sure. You need a good mix of veterans and young players, which is what the Bruins are perfect at for the most part. But Ottawa could really use a guy like Giroux. Could boost their scoring a little bit. They're not going to be anywhere near the playoffs next year, but I think Giroux could really help them move up the standings a bit. They'll probably be in like the 11th or 12th range if they get Giroux. Definitely an improvement. Phil Kessel. Phil the Fat Thrill. Where is he going to go? I'm kidding. Where's Phil Kessel going to go? Does he stay in Arizona? No, I don't think he stays in Arizona. I don't think so. I think he's going to go. He's going to the Eastern Conference. He's not coming to Boston. Don't get ideas. I don't think we'll sign him. I think he probably. Oof. How much does he work now? Well, how much is he getting paid? Now that's my question. He got $8 million. Oof. No, he's not gonna be able to make that anywhere. That was a long-term deal, though. Maybe he can go to Vancouver. They need some more veterans there. Maybe he'll go to a young developing team to really help develop them. Same with Giroux. I think say the same thing happening here. Islanders. That's where he's going to go. I think Phil Kessel goes to the Islanders. I think he goes to the Islanders. I really think he does. That could be a good fit because they need some right-handed. They need some more right wings. They do. So he probably gets $4 to $5 million max. I think he'll probably get 3 or 4. I think he goes to the Islanders. I think that could be an interesting fit for him. I don't want him to go to the Islanders because that's a rival now, but I could see it. What do you guys think? Where do you think Phil Kessel ends up? I say the Islanders or the Canucks. One of the two. He either goes really out west or really east. Why you guys are sending those in? Patrick Laine. He stays in Columbus. He wants to stay in Columbus. The GM wants to keep him in Columbus. He will stay in Columbus. Yes. Patrick Laine will stay in Columbus. The fans love him. He wants to be there. Is a perfect fit. Laine stays in Columbus. Would I love to have him on the Bruins? Yes. Will he actually come to the Bruins? No. I think he stays in Columbus. It's a smart move. He'll stay there. He'll get a long-term deal, and he'll have a good time in Columbus because they have a bright future. They can really get back into the playoffs the next couple of years. He needs to be that top piece of the puzzle. And yeah, so for sure, Laine can definitely Line needs to stay in Columbus. Leafs fans fantasizing about getting everyone. Oh, really? Yeah. Letang? Well, I think they're close to a deal. I think we all know Letang stays in Pittsburgh. They're going with Letang over Malkin. Letang stays in Pittsburgh. End of story. Marc-Andre Fleury. Huh. Marc-Andre Fleury. Where does he end up? I say Toronto. I say he goes to Toronto. They need a goalie. Because Jack Campbell, like I said earlier, Jack Campbell, I don't think is coming back next year. Leafs fans fantasizing about everyone. All that for a first-round exit. Exactly. You're right. You're right on. No, but Marc-Andre Fleury, I think he goes to Toronto. For sure. I don't want him to go to Toronto, but I think he will. Maybe he goes to, like, Anaheim or something. I don't know. No, San Jose. He might go to San Jose. That'd be interesting. Matt Tkachuk. I'd love to see him in a Bruins uniform, but I doubt it. Fleury in Detroit. Oh, yeah. That'd be weird. That's like seeing Pastrnak in a Canadiens jersey. Like, that's the rivalry there. But yeah, I could see that. Detroit could be a really interesting option. They need a goaltender because Greiss isn't good. Nedeljkovic wasn't great last year. Could really go well. Yeah. We'd love to see Matt Tkachuk in a Bruins uniform, yeah. Oof, excuse me. I don't think he stays in... Does he stay in Calgary? He's 24. He's young. He's 24. When's the draft start? That is tomorrow, Rasmus. That is tomorrow. I don't have it. That will be on John's channel, Off the Wall Hockey. Go look him up on YouTube. He'll have the draft tomorrow night. If you want to go hang out in the chat, I'll be in there. Ugh. Where do you guys think Matt Tkachuk ends up? Sorry, the ad just keeps popping up. Does he go back to Calgary? I mean, he's young. He's one of their top players. He got good minutes. He had good stats. He had 42 freaking goals last year. Look at that stat right there. 42 goals, 62 points, 62 assists for 104 points. Do you think he goes to a legit contender? Not saying Calgary isn't, but like Calgary kind of crapped the bed. But definitely time. That's what I think too. I think he stays in Calgary. But I don't know. It's an interesting one for sure. Gaudreau will not resign. I don't think he stays in Calgary. I think he goes to the Eastern Conference. Philadelphia, maybe. Bergeron, we know he's going to stay in Boston. He ain't going anywhere. We don't have to worry about that. Bergeron's staying. Let's not talk about Bergeron. We already know. I don't think he goes anywhere. But, I think Gaudreau goes to Philadelphia. That could be a good fit. They need some guys. They need some guys who are in their or in the middle of their career to kind of help develop the future. That could be a really key piece of that team. Radulov's going to Russia. No, where's Radulov going? He's not going to Russia. He's going somewhere. He's not in the U.S. Chicago? Maybe. No, he is going to Russia. He's going to the KHL team AK Bars. So, Philip Forsberg. Oh, wow. Gaudreau in Chicago. That could be fun. That could be an interesting one. Gaudreau with Kane. Oh, my God. That's a... Kaprizov has one under... Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about all the Russian players who were in trouble. We talked about that earlier. What a weird situation that is, right? Man. Forsberg, does he return to Nashville? What do you think? What do you guys think? Does Forsberg return to Nashville? I don't think so. I don't think he does. And the reason why is not because he wouldn't love to stay there. It's because I think he wants to be with he wants to go to a team who has a legit chance. Because Nashville does not have that legit ability right now. They don't. I don't think Nashville is in the right spot to go after to go for a cup right now. He's 27. He's young. He still has a lot left in the tank. He had 42 freaking goals last year. Look at this stat right here. 42. He had 84 points last year in 69 games played. He could probably go... That's what I'm thinking too. I was just about to say that. Forsberg goes to LA, and the reason why I think the Kings are very interested in him, they could use a guy like Forsberg. He could definitely get top line minutes in LA, and go underneath the wing of Kopitar and Doughty for as long as they're there. And then Forsberg will probably have a captain. Will probably be the captain there in no time. So it wouldn't be a bad thing. I think he goes to the Kings. They already have a bright future. They did way better, way earlier than I thought, and the Kings are gonna have a really good time. Forsberg and Kopi could be dangerous. Yeah, they really could. With Anderson? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Louis Eriksson goes nowhere. Not even Arizona. Nowhere. Anton Strawman out of Arizona. Louis Eriksson will not sign anywhere. Nobody will want him. He's not worth the money he wants. What does he want now? What the hell is this advertisement? $6 million. Really? Really? What do you have this season? Oh, 3 goals. 3 goals for Arizona. $6 million for 3 goals. Kind of sounds like a certain somebody we know, doesn't it? Foligno making 11 points in frickin' 77 games played or whatever it was. Get an ad blocker. I probably should. Strawman probably re-signs in Arizona, or he goes to the Eastern Conference. Nick Leddy stays in St. Louis. He'll get a contract on. I think he stays there. Andre Palat. Ooh. What about Palat? Do you think he stays in Tampa? I mean, he's definitely done everything he wants to in Tampa. Do you think he stays? That's an interesting one. Because Palat's one of those players, like, he's going to get top minutes anywhere he goes. Anywhere he goes, he'll be in the top 6. Does he stay with the devil he knows and the devil he doesn't know? I don't know. Does he go to Tampa? Or probably stays. They really like him. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Or does he test the waters? One says Palat stays, but other says Palat goes. Weird. Oh. Huh. Buffalo? Oh, why would he do that to himself? Never mind. No, Buffalo has potential. They could really use a guy like Palat. The RFAs? We'll look in. Oh yeah, there's a lot of RFAs. Over here. Matthew Tkachuk's an RFA, and Laine's an RFA. Out of the ones we've gotten to so far. I'll zoom out so I can kind of see. Huh. Yeah. Riley Smith stays in Vegas. That was confirmed. Riley Smith is off the table. He's staying in Vegas. We know this. He's getting like a $5 million deal per season. RFA stay with their teams. Unless they don't sign him. Unless they don't re-sign him. Right? Pierre-Luc Dubois is an RFA. Well, the RFAs pretty much mean they get first dibs. So if they want to re-sign him, they can, and then if they don't, then he becomes an unrestricted free agent. Max Domi. Would love to see him in a Bruins uniform. I would love to. I think it might happen. If Krejci and Trocheck do not come to the Bruins, Max Domi's a very good option. A very, very good option. He'd easily be the second-line center if Krejci doesn't come back or Trocheck doesn't sign. It's Max Domi. That's your next guy up. Yeah, I think he'll come to Boston if all that works out. Nino Niederreiter stays in Carolina. They're going to pay the man. Niederreiter, or he goes to Minnesota. He goes back to Minnesota or stays in Carolina. Danny DeKeyser. Danny Deke ain't going nowhere. He's staying in Detroit. DeKeyser, they like him there. So, Dubois, RFA, I think he stays in Winnipeg. I think he will stay in Winnipeg, for sure. He's staying home. Yeah, exactly. I just saw that. Yeah, he's staying home. Burakovsky. He's going to stay in Colorado unless something goes south. Colin White. He's a free agent now. They bought out his contract. Colin White's a free agent now. Ottawa didn't want him. He's good. What do you think Colin White will do? He played for Ottawa. Had some good moments there. He's a solid player. He's 25. He's young, too. A bigger contract. He was making like $3 million. He was making like almost $4 million. I don't know. We do have some news. Minnesota has re-signed defenseman Jacob Middleton to a 3-year contract worth $2.45 a season, according to Darren Dreger of TSN. Not big of a surprise here. Jacob Middleton was a good defenseman for them, so it's a 3-year, $7.35 million deal. So Jacob Middleton stays in Minnesota. Just saw that now. DeBrincat might get traded. I heard he wants to get traded. I heard that. He'll stay in the Western Conference. Trocheck. The Prius. Prius according to Marchand. He's a Prius. Where's Trocheck going? Where do you think? I don't know. It's a weird one for Trocheck, right? Because he's like Trocheck's one of those players that knows how to get under your skin, but you still have to respect him. You know what I mean? Because he's good. Like where would a guy like Trocheck fit? Because he's 28. The Bruins have some serious interest in this guy. Does he come to Boston? Like I'm genuinely asking this question. Do you think Trocheck comes to the Bruins? He's making $4.75 on his cap hit, $6.25 per season on his actual salary. What do you guys think? Do you think he comes to the Bruins? That'd be great. I don't know. Nobody knows? Okay. Calvin DeHaan stays in Chicago. Nazem Kadri, he wants north of $10 million. Elliot Friedman said the Bruins are interested in him. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away from Kadri. Stay away. Telling you now. Stay away from Kadri. Please stay away from this guy. Not that he's bad. I'm not saying that. He wants $10 million a season. He ain't getting that here. No. 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 Ryan Strome. He's not going back to the Rangers. He's going across the island. I think he's going to the Islanders. Or he might go to New Jersey. He's going to stay in that area. Playing for 87 points. Well, no, $10 million is... Nobody's worth that money for the Bruins' sake because we can't pay anybody that money right now. Darcy Kemper, he stays in Colorado. He absolutely stays in Colorado. John Klingberg. Now we know he wants out of Dallas. Where's he going to go? Seattle. I said that earlier. I think he goes to Seattle. Klingberg could be a really interesting piece for that team. Could really be a huge asset to that team. He's 29. Still has a lot left in the tank. He can still go. Definitely. He's only 29. He can still go. Definitely. Another 7 or 8 years in the tank. Go for it. Lock him up in Seattle. I think he can definitely do well in Seattle. Josh Manson. He wants to go back. He wants to go back to Anaheim for some reason. I don't know why, but he wants to go back to Anaheim. So I guess good for him. Oli Mata. He'll stay in LA. He's cheap. David Perron. He goes to not St. Louis. I think he... Where do you think? Because David Perron's a weird one, right? Because, like, Perron's like one of those players that knows that has been in this league for a while. He's had 2 stints with the Blues, had a year in Vegas, had a great time, went back to St. Louis. I don't know. Does he stay in St. Louis? I don't know. Did he stay in with the Blues? The weird one. What do you guys think for Perron? Where do you think he goes? Do you think he stays in St. Louis or do you think he goes somewhere else? If so, where? You don't know? Colorado. No, they can't afford that. Nope, they can't afford that either. Winnipeg? Huh, that could be weird. They go to Winnipeg. Justin Schultz. Bring it. Come to Boston. I want him here. I think he's a really good player. Really good defenseman. Has a lot to offer. Brings some size and brings a lot of ability to that third D pair. Bring it. Victor Rask, he stays in Seattle. Colin Miller stays in Buffalo. Ricard Raquel stays in Pittsburgh. Nikita Zadorov stays in Calgary. Paul Stastny retires, I think, or stays in Winnipeg. Just going through. Will Butcher stays in Buffalo. Kubalik stays in Chicago. Andrew Kopp. Ooh. Vancouver. Thomas, I feel like a lot of Rangers are going to the Canucks now. Thomas Greiss, he's 36. Ooh. Ooh, where does he go? I don't know. Does he stay or... I don't know. Alex Edler stays in LA. Ben Sherratt. I don't know. Kapanen's a free agent? Ooh, Kapanen. Would the Bruins fans, would you guys be interested in Kasperi Kapanen? Would you guys want to bring in Kapanen? He's an RFA. Oh, he's an RFA. Shoot. If Pittsburgh would not to want to re-sign Kapanen, would you want to bring him in? That could be interesting. I'd want that. I'd love to bring a guy like Kapanen in. Brings him a lot of interesting spark to the middle six. You think you take him? I think so too. How much though? Currently he made 3.2 last season. And plus, a lot of people will be leaving. So, like, Lazar, he's not coming back. So that frees up a little bit of cap space, but... And Dylan Strome sitting at the bottom of the list. He's actually one of the better free agents that is out there. Why is he at the bottom of the list? I don't know. Chris Tierney? Why would you... Whoa. Tierney, really? Would you want Tierney or Strome if you wanted to get a second-line center if Krejci and all that didn't work out? Tierney or Strome? I'd want Strome. He's a little younger and he's actually a little better. I'd say Strome. Chris Tierney or Dylan Strome? What do you guys think in the chat? Tierney or Strome? I've been a big fan of Dylan Strome for a long time. Chris Tierney wouldn't be a bad option either, but he's not a second-line center. Strome is. He's earned that spot. 22 goals. Yeah, he's a second-line center. Hall, Strome, and Pastrnak could be really fun. Really fun. Oh, Rays and Red Sox just got started. 1-0 Rays top second. Are you kidding me? Who's pitching? Brian Bello. Okay. Need a lot of offense. But. Oh, boy. Yeah. Strome, I think that's what I thought. If Krejci didn't come back and Trocheck and Domi or whatever didn't sign anywhere, I think Dylan Strome could be a really fun option. I think he's a really good player, and would be cheap. He'd be like $3 or $4 million, cheap and good player for sure. That would be very, very fun for sure. Well, anyway, next week, free agency all afternoon. Live here on the channel at noon when it opens up. And all the signings coming in. It's all going to come in at once. We all know. We know it. So, can't wait for it. Hopefully Bruins do a couple things that they need to do, and I hope that that we also, that we just have a lot of big signings that day. It's gonna be a really fun one for sure. So. Definitely be here. For sure. So I'll be, it'll be looking like this for a majority of it. Just looking at Twitter, like NHL. No, let's go. I'll be looking at this for a majority of my time, right? Elliot Friedman Twitter. So if I were to, okay, now my internet. Okay, there we go. So looking at this a lot of this time, Ron Hextall just told me I'd be surprised if we don't get Chris Letang done, said they are still working on Evgeny Malkin. Oh, really? So Malkin they're both returning to Pittsburgh. What the hell? What? That just contradicted everything that I heard for the past week. And that I said on this very live stream tonight. That Malkin is returning to Pittsburgh, that they want him back. Well, crap. What in the world? Huh? I don't know. What in the world's going on here? That is crazy. So they do want him back. David Pagnotta's reporting the Canucks have offered a 6-year extension to JT Miller. Oh my God. Really? Wonder if the Bruins are interested in moving Ullmark. Good goalie market could get some decent assets. Why would you move him, though? That doesn't make sense. Why would you move... I want to restructure his contract more than anything. Stupid people. Really stupid people. But this is pretty much what we're going to see all afternoon, just refreshing and just seeing whatever comes in. But that's what it's going to look like next week. I'm definitely here. This is what we'll see for a majority of it. Majority of our time. I wasn't showing it again. This is pretty much what we'll see a lot. And I'll just show you the Elliot Friedman tweet. Just so you know that I wasn't BSing you when I said that about Malkin. Ron Hextall just told media, I'd be surprised if we don't get Chris Letang done, said they are still working on Evgeny Malkin. There it is. Right there. So now you know I wasn't BSing you. That's legit. Malkin apparently wants to stay in Pittsburgh. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, brother. Could sign a vet like Marc-Andre Fleury to mentor or back up Swayman and free up some cap. What? No. 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 What? 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 Why? Why would you move Ullmark to get Fleury? That makes way little sense. No. On so many levels, absolutely not. Isn't even a good source. No, just like somebody thinking. But like, why would you do that? He literally has a no move clause that he'd have to waive for that to even happen. And I don't think that will happen. I think they're going to be stuck paying $5 million to this guy, $5 million to this guy for the remainder of his contract. Turns into a no trade clause at the end of this season. Ugh. No. I'm money tied up here. You're right. You're absolutely right. But like, why would you do that though? Why would you trade Ullmark to get some decent assets back to then sign Fleury? I was just using that for light. Why? That makes no sense to me. I mean, Fleury would be fun to see in a Bruins uniform. Don't get me wrong, but no. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't add up. I've heard Jacob Chikrin might be going to Columbus. I heard that one. Definitely heard that one. Yeah. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up to me. Like, why would you want to trade for? Why would you trade Olmark, get some pieces back just to get Marc-Andre Fleury, who's near the end of his career? Why? I don't know. Anyway, a lot's going to happen over the next week. If any big news happens, you know where to come. I'll be live for it. Definitely. You know, I'll definitely be live for the free agency next week just to see what happens. Where are people going to end up? You know how it is. The NHL's weird. I didn't see the Bruins signing Eric Halla or Nosek or Forbert last year, yet they did. So who knows what's going to happen? We really don't know until next week. But for that being said, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to please smash the like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Definitely smash it. I'm going to be live at some point this weekend. Yankees, Red Sox, one of those 4 games. I'm probably going to do Saturday or Sunday, if not both, here on the channel, Saturday and Sunday night. So definitely be here for those if you're interested in baseball or interested in the Red Sox or the Yankees or just a good time. Definitely be here for that one. Jack, you joined at probably the worst time you ever could have. You probably could have. We're about to end the stream. We've been live for almost 2 hours here on this Wednesday night. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Again, like the stream, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your post notifications and to never miss when I go live or upload here on the channel. Definitely consider following me on social media, Instagram and TikTok. Second and third links down below in the description. And if you want to donate, that's the first link. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. You can definitely go donate if you want. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, y'all. If you enjoyed it, share it with your friends, share it with your family. And if you didn't, I don't really care. I'll be live for some Yankees Red Sox this weekend. Definitely don't want to miss that. And I'll definitely, if you're not gonna be here for that, I will see you for free agency next Wednesday night. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody. Go Sox! They're playing the Rays right now. Go Sox! Are you ready? No, I'm done.